Hi, it's Debbie from Creatively Yours and welcome to my 116th Flosstube video. It's Friday the 1st of March and it's my day off because it's Friday. Yeah, I have, I would say a lot, but yeah, I have a lot of WIPS to show, but not a lot beyond that. So it's not going to be a very long video, but that's okay too. Welcome if you are new. I hope you would like to subscribe and like my video and you would return to me. And if you are returning, thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I really enjoy still doing these videos. So let's dive right in. Yeah, February, it flew by. My son turned 22. 22. That's I'm at a loss for words. I have a son of 22. It's ridiculous, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't feel like a mother of a 22-year-old, but yeah, it still is. So, and my mom, she turned 73 last month. So yeah, it was a very busy month. Lots of family birthdays. Very busy at work. If you don't know me, we have a chain of home improvement stores here in the Netherlands. And I work at the headquarters and I'm doing the claims department. The claims department, and me and my coworker help our customer service to be better at customer service. That's the only explanation I can give. I love my job, but it's the season of lounge sets for in the gardens, and yeah, lots of complaints, and yeah, it's the season. So it's very busy, lots of overtime, and that's okay. It's okay. It will slow down, but not now. So let's start with why you are here. That's stitching. I am going to show you my WIPS. I have no finishes, no FFOs, because I have 66 WIPS and they are all big and nowhere near finishing. So yeah, no finishes yet. That's okay. Yeah, plans a little bit, and I finished the book, so I will save that to the end. Let's start with my WIPS of February. I'm going to grab them out of this basket. The first one is my focus piece, and I didn't unzip, so if you hear zippers, I'm sorry. This is my focus full coverage piece, and I will put in a picture of how it looks when it's finished. And I am going to grab my board to show you what I have done. This is God Shed His Grace, artwork by Abraham Hunter, and this is charted by the Cross Stitch Studio. It's also charted by Artisy, I believe, but I chose the Cross Stitch Studio one. I did a total of 858 stitches and I'm currently at 3%. So yeah, this is it. I love this. I can't wait to get back to it, which is next week. So I'm stitching this on 25 count, easy count, 1/1 full cross with DMC. So yeah, love this. And it's not a focus piece because I want to finish it this year, because that's not realistic. It's just a focus piece because I want to make a good amount of progress this year. So that's why I say it's a focus piece. The next one is my other focus piece, my non-full coverage focus piece. And I will show you. This is Night Fairy by artwork by Maria van Scharrenburg, charted by Lanarte, which was a kit way back when, and it's no longer available as a kit. You can find the patterns, both night and day, on Amazon. It's a leaflet by Leisure Arts, and it has both both patterns. And I'm stitching this one. And this is my oldest WIP, that's why it's a focus piece, and this one is going to be finished this year because I divided the pattern up into 12 parts, so I'm going to finish it. Let me show you how far I have gotten. This is what I have so far. Just fold that over. This was January part, so I finished up this corner, and then I moved over to the February part, and I finished up this wing, the bottom side, and I finished up this part of the moon. And yeah, or did I do? No, it's backwards. This was January and this is February. I finished up this part of the moon and I'm working in the February part. I finished the February part and I'm currently working in the March part. So yeah, beautiful. And it's a fun stitch, but it's on paper pattern and I am so spoiled with Pattern Keeper. So yeah, it's an adjustment, but it's doable. You just don't have, I don't think about it that I usually work with Pattern Keeper, but yeah. Because it's on paper, I don't have any stitch counts because I only count my stitches when it's in Pattern Keeper or Markup RXP. So the next one. Ooh, I am not sure if I remember who the artwork is by. This is, I'm going to put in a picture because it's a full coverage. This is Chromatic Dragon by Paine Crafts, and no, I'm not going to use my board because I dyed my fabric myself to omit the background, and this is how my fabric looks. I'm only stitching the dragon itself. It's gorgeous, and I'm going to show you the part I'm stitching on, because that makes life a little bit easier. This is what I have been stitching on. It's 25 count fabric, and I'm using the DMCs called for, and I did a total of 774 stitches and I'm currently at 2%. The reason why I only did 774 stitches is because I was in a lot of confetti. I filled in this part and this part, so I'm working my way up, and yeah, lots of confetti, but I love how it looks. So, and I will leave the name of the artist below because I don't know that out the top of my head. So if I sound hoarse again, you heard that right. Yeah, I think my head colds and hoarseness is going to be over when spring is going to be here, because it's just constantly, but it is what it is. The next one let me show you. Is All Creatures Great and Small by Barbara Anna Designs. I bought the PDF, which was password protected, and last year I decided to try and put this in Pattern Keeper because I never thought it would work because it was password protected. But it worked. I only had to put in the password once when I uploaded it into Pattern Keeper, and it works like a charm. So this is beautiful, and it's a very fun stitch. Grab my board. This is what I have so far. Look at that. I finished up this pig. I finally, I asked a couple of videos ago, what in the world is this? Most of you said it was a piglet, so I think that's true. There's another one. So I finished them. I finished this piglet or pig. I finished this bee. Is it a bee? Yeah, it's a bee. I finished this bird with this fruit. I finished this basket. I finished this butterfly. I finished up the house. I did a lot. I finished up a big part of the border because it's a lot of border. So I'm going to, every time I'm stitching on this one, I'm going to do a part of the border so I don't get fed up with the border. Because it's in Pattern Keeper, I did a total of 1,625 stitches, and I'm currently at 10.06%. And this is done on 40 count platinum by Zweigart. Yeah, love this one. It's a very fun stitch. Okay, sip of my coffee. Let me see. I'm missing something. Or am I? Yeah. They all fell down. This one I'm going to put in a picture because it's a full coverage. I'm stitching this one together with Stephanie of the On Point Stitcher. She is working from the right, upper right. I am working from the upper left. So we are working towards each other. And it's such a fun stitch. It's a beautiful pattern. I love the colors, and especially when the days are dark and rainy and moody. I really enjoy this one because it gives me spring and summer vibes. So this is Little Blue, artwork by Amy Stewart. charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Look at that. Look at the spider web forming and the flowers. It's beautiful. I did a total of 820 stitches and I'm currently at, oh, I cropped the design so the percentage is off. Pattern Keeper says it's at 25.28%, but that's not the real number. So I had little time to stitch on it. That's why I did only 820 stitches, but I almost finished the page. So next time maybe I will finish this page. I'm looking right here because here are my notes. So yeah, stitched on 25 count easy count 1/1 full cross with DMC, and yeah, I love this one. Okay, the next one was my New Year, New Start of this year, and it came up. If I didn't tell you, well, if you know me, you know my way of working. During the weekdays, I spin for non-full coverage projects. So I'm spinning for a non-full coverage project for Monday through Thursday. And then Friday through Sunday is full coverage. And I spin, other than my focus pieces, I spin for that. So I have 2 wheels. And that works for me. Let me show you the pattern of my New Year, New Start. It's in plastic, so I'm going to take it out because glare. Indigo Lane by Brenda Gervais with our needle and thread. This was my New Year, New Start. I love these colors. Blue. Let me put it back because otherwise okay. I'm going to show you what I have done. I've done a lot. Maybe it doesn't look like a lot, but it felt like a lot. I managed to get this into Pattern Keeper. I can't select symbols, but I can see how much I have done. And I can mark off stitches, and that's good enough for me. This is what I have so far. Look at that. I almost finished the entire house. I only need to do some windows and the doorknob. Look at that. Beautiful. Is that right? Yeah, I'm almost finished with the house. I did a total of 951 stitches and I'm currently at 23.11%. I love these colors. It's stitched on 40 count Fiber on a Whim sand with the called for fancy flosses. Yeah. Really enjoy this stitch. The next one is a full coverage again. So I'm going to put in a picture. This is Forest Santa. The artwork escapes me. This is charted by that escapes me too. Is it Paine Free Crafts? I'm not sure. I'm going to leave it below or in the screen. I started this one because of Mama Flossabilities. She already finished this one, but it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous Santa with a reindeer. And this is what I've done. I've worked in the second page. I did a total of 889 stitches. And I'm currently at 5.23%. I worked in a lot of the background, which is a lot of blues. Different kind of blues and grays. Yeah. Here's another star or snowflake coming, so yeah. And I think at the bottom of this page the head of Santa is going to form, so yeah, that's exciting. Beautiful. This is done on 25 count, easy count, 1/1 full cross with DMC. And the next one. Oh, this was so much fun to work on. So much fun. I'm going to tell you a little bit of the backstory. Last year we had Dutch Mania, the retreat with Twin Peak Primitives and Pam and Steph of Just Keep Stitching. And we, the Stitchketeers, Jantina of Jantina Stitches, Jemima of the Rocking Stitcher, Alice, Honeybee Stitcher on Instagram, and Lydia, Lovely Stitches. We all decided to start something new during the Dutch Mania, just to celebrate Dutch Mania. And this was the one I chose. This is a squirrel with a sweater. I love this one. Which is charted by Svetlana Sichkar, if I pronounce that the right way. This was from Etsy, a PDF pattern. And before Dutch Mania, I put it into Pattern Keeper and I thought it worked. It pulled the symbols, there was no difficulty. So at Dutch Mania, I wanted to start this one and I just then found out that all the symbols of this pattern in Pattern Keeper were different from the PDF. So Jemima and I have been puzzling for about an hour or two to see which symbol in Pattern Keeper is the right symbol or the right color on the pattern itself. It was a hassle, and I started it with our made-up key, and long story short, it resulted into making lots of mistakes because yeah, let's just say it's not really Pattern Keeper compatible. But the last couple of months I bought Markup RXP, so when this came up in my wheel to work on, I decided to see if the pattern was the right way into Markup RXP, and it was. I am enjoying this so much more. It just works better in Markup RXP, and I did a lot of stitches and I added a lot. So I'm going to show you, long story short. Thank you for listening. Let me see. I'm sorry for the noises. This is what I have so far. It's blowing out a little bit because there's a large window behind the camera. So, but I have a squirrel head. Look at this! How cute! I finished up the entire head, minus the back stitching, which I will add at the end. And I'm working on the sweater. So I did a total of 925 stitches and I'm currently at 24.7%. So yeah, this is so cute. And this is done on 32 count unnamed fabric by Victorian Motto Samper threads. I was part of the Fabric of the Month club several years ago. So yeah, I love this one. It's so cute. And I think Jantina is also stitching this one. And I'm so happy I don't make lots of mistakes anymore because the key is right and the pattern is okay and the symbols are okay. Thank you again, Jemima, for helping me, but I am so happy with Markup RXP with this pattern. So the last one, it started last night. Yesterday was the 29th of February, which was a leap day, and we decided to do a leap day start. We are using hashtag 2024 leap day sale on Instagram, and yeah, we all did something different, except for Jemima. She also did the same pattern as I did. This is, I'm going to put in a picture because it's a full coverage. I didn't need any more full coverages, but here I am. This is Wise Owl, artwork by Dutch Lady Mystic Art and charted by Stitches So Beautiful. I loved the pattern the moment I saw Jantina stitching on this one. She already started this one several months ago. It's so gorgeous, and yeah, I decided to grab the pattern on the 31st of December, last day of the year, which then was a sale at the Stitches So Beautiful shop. And yeah, I started this last night. We did a Google Meet with the 5 of us, the Stitchketeers, and we had lots of fun. It was so much fun to be together again. We don't officially, we did Zoom every 2 weeks on Friday, but lately we are not doing that every 2 weeks again because yeah, life is busy again. Everybody has a big social life, work life, family life. So yeah, we decided, or not really decided, but it just works that way. We are doing this whenever we can and want to, and so last night we decided to do a Zoom or Google Meet again with the 5 of us, and it was wonderful. We all said this was too long ago. So yeah, we had lots of fun, and we all started, no, not all. Me and Jemima started Wise Owl, and Jantina started something else. And Lydia and Alice decided to work on a WIP and are going to work on that WIP every 29th of the month, which is a great idea as well. So, but I'm going to show you my meager start of last night because I was so tired. I had a busy day at work, and yeah, this is my start. It's still in the hoop because I'm going to work on it this weekend. This is what I have. This is worth 210 stitches, and I'm currently at 0.18%, and I'm stitching this on 25 count, easy count, 1/1 full cross. And my plan is to do extreme cross country with this one because it lends itself to it. I'm going to put in all the black first. That's why I bought a cone of doom. Yeah, I'm going to put in all the black first, and my plan, I'm not going to finish the entire pattern, I think, in 4 years, but I will at least, hopefully, finish all the black. I think that's realistic. So that was my start of last night, and yeah, had lots of fun. Then those were my WIPS. There were, oh, I forgot to tell you, there were 9 WIPS in total. My total stitch count for the month of February, I told you it was going to be less than January, and it was. I tallied up 7,052 stitches, and that's only the patterns I have in a digital form in Pattern Keeper or Markup RXP. I don't count my paper patterns, so yeah, 7,052 stitches. With the month I had, I think it's great. So last night, we had this Google Meet with Stitchketeers, and the pin stitch came up. I made a very short fragment in one of my earlier videos how I do the pin stitch and how I start and end my thread. And there was the question, can you make a video of it? I already did several months ago, but it was in between fragments in a Flosstube video. So I'm going to try and see if I can extract that fragment out of my video and put it in this video at the end. So if you want to see that, it's at the end. And if it doesn't work, hopefully it does. If it doesn't work, I'm going to film this again. And it's not going to be in this video. But you will see here if it works or not. So that's coming up, either in this video or in some later video. Plans for March. I don't have any particular plans. I'm going to work on my focus pieces, and I'm going to spin the wheel, and yeah, I'm going to enjoy myself. That's basically it. Yeah, I think this is it. This is a very short video. I only want to talk about my finished book. I finished another book. I only am talking about books when I finish a book, and it's not going to be every month, I think. I finished another book. It's called Duncton Wood by William Horwood. It's about a love story between two moles. There is a community of moles and this is a love story between two moles, and before they find each other they will have to go through several heartbreaking moments in life. And yeah, it was very good. It was a very good book, but it was gruesome as well. It very much resembles Watership Down, if you know that, but it was the horror version of that one. That's the only way I can describe it. It's about Rebecca and Bracken, two moles who fall in love later in life, and it's very easily, when you read this book, translated into human life, and how people can be to each other. So yeah, I thought it's a good book. It's a series, but you can read this one as a standalone, which is what I did. I don't feel the need to read the entire series, but there is a entire series. And it's a little bit fantasy, a little bit romance, a little bit horror, animal life, yeah, Duncton Wood. And I have started the next book I'm reading right now. So when I finish that one, I will tell you all about that one. Yeah, this is it. I am going to clean up after myself, and I'm going to stitch on my new start. And yeah, hopefully I will be back beginning of April or the end of March. And maybe, hopefully, Alice will join me again sometime soon in the video. So yeah, it's been a couple of months again. So yeah, hopefully, we'll see. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic weekend and a wonderful day. And with lots of stitching and yeah, just time for yourself. And I will be back when I will be back. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye. So because I got a lot of questions on how to end and start your thread, or how I do it, I just made a short little video. I hope it's not too shaky, because my setup is really, well, ridiculous, but I'm going to try and show you, and I hope it's in focus. It's hard to do that. It's not focusing. Hopefully if I do like this. What I do, normally I start my thread on the bottom left, but I want to do a single strand loop start, so I'm going to insert at the top left, and leave, sorry, a little tail which you can hold. Get back up at the top right. Let me grab my thread. Insert back at the top right. Until you have a little loop, which you can leave it. Insert at the bottom left, or that's how I do it. Put your needle through the loop and pull gently. Insert the needle at the top right and pull the very, very little knot to the back and insert at the bottom left, right, right, left. How I do it is I do a double leg of the last stitch, just to be sure. You don't have to, but I do that. And that's how I start my thread. And I'm just going to do a stitch to the right extra, and then I'm going to show you how you end, or how I end my thread. You can just snip off this little thread. How I end my thread, I will just make this a little bit smaller. And I need my glasses because I'm practically blind. I insert, and this is not something that always goes well, but my thread right in the middle of a stitch. I don't know if it's showing up.
it's not in the hole next. It's not in this hole, it's not in this hole. It's right in the middle. And then I come back at the bottom in the middle of the same stitch. And then you have a very little stripe there, and I go a couple of stitches below that and just snip it off. Then you have a little thread on the back of your work, but that's okay. Hope this was helpful to some of you, or if it's not, that's okay. This is how I like it the most. So